Welcome to another gameplay video. We're back on the ladder, ranking up to Diamond. Made some small changes since last time. Did bring back Fishboard Launcher. We took Fishboard Launcher out of the deck. Bringing him back in, going down to just 2 Degenerate Maxis. So maybe this isn't Max Degeneracy anymore. Maybe this is just like almost Max. Maybe like some Degeneracy. Alright, we're working on it. Other than that, main deck, no changes. Just added in the Fishboard. Sometimes you get locked into waters, it's fun to have Fishborg, so keeping them in. In the extra deck, put in a Coral Dragon and a Ravenous Crocker Dragon. Took out the access code Talker, and we're going to be playing it with this, like this today. Alright, if you like the channel, if you like this sort of content, let me know down in the comments. Also, please consider subscribing. Alright, let's get to the gameplay. Alright, we're going first. We got a pretty solid hand here. We're going to start with the Diva, since we got 1-for-1 as backup. Opponents got their own Imperm. Diva's negated, but that's okay. We got a backup plan. And we're going to go pretty ham here on our poor opponent. Let's get activating the 1-for-1. Discard the Heavy. Get Prince on field. Prince going to search. Get 2 Dragoons. We're going to search for the Minstrel. Going to discard Minstrel, take a look at our opponent's hand. Opponent's playing Heroes. Taking a Monster Reborn, 3 heroes. We're going to get rid of the Plasma since it's a little awkward to summon. So they'll get to keep that one. Get to search for a Diva here. We're just going to discard it with Teus to get 5 waters in graveyard. And now that we got 5, going to summon Moonglacier, make them discard 2. They're going to discard the Monster Reborn. And the Vision Hero increase. Now we're going to Wombo combo with Hulk of Fibrex. And right now, before we do any more, we're going to make Verte. This will let us end with DPE plus Borreload Dragon plus Herald of the Arclight. So pretty solid end board, if I do say so. Although it's so generic, any deck could make this. This is Konami's fault. They gotta ban something. In TCG, they banned Verte and they banned the Aurodon. I think those are good bans. So hopefully they get added to this game, and then I'll be playing more watery monsters if I play this deck again. But this end board is a little ridiculous. 2 negates, 2 Omni negates, and a face-up pop that'll recur each turn. Opponent is going to activate their Ferris, and then they're going to concede. Alright, well, that was a good start to the ladder climb. Let's do the next games live. See how this goes. We're going second. See if we get a chance to use Maxi today. We put Maxi in the deck, but we haven't had a chance to actually activate. Alright, we draw Ash Blossom. We have a Deep Sea Diva to do combos with, so that's okay. Phantom Beast in the hand's not great, but it is what it is. Odds of drawing a brick in your starting hand are pretty high actually in this deck, but one brick does not necessarily break the whole deck. 1 set and 1 passing. That is not a strong opener. If we summon Diva here, Diva gets negated. That's not ideal. So it might be better to summon Prince. Prince gets negated, his search will still activate. So let's summon Prince here. See if this gets a response from the opponent. I'm assuming this is an Imperm, but yeah, let's activate. I'm guessing this would be an Imperm just because it's the most common trap that people have. And the fact that it's activatable tells me that it's probably that. Opponent's clever. They might save the Imperm. Ooh, Maxi. Alright, well, we're going to Ash that. We got 2 Ash Blossoms, and we don't want them drawing any cards here. This could be a call by the grave. Nope, looks like it's not. So the Maxi was what was giving them priority. Let's add a Dragoons to hand. And with the Dragoons in graveyard, ooh, opponent has another response. Alright. Very sneaky opponent, very sneaky. Alright, let's get the Deep Sea Minstrel. Minstrel will let us take a peek at our opponent's hand, and will give us another search. Opponent's got something still. Let's activate the Minstrel. Ditch the Dragoons. Take a peek at our opponent's hand. Opponent's got an Ash Blossom. And they're playing Sword Soul. Interesting. So let's take their Ash Blossom. Interesting they save the Ash. Get searching here. Now this, I do not know what this could be. It could be a Call by the Grave, but I feel like they would have activated it already. And then they could be saving it for something. But what are they saving it for? Now, we could get Mullin Glacier here, but we don't have a way to get Mullin Glacier onto the field, so that's not ideal. We could search for Megalo, special summon itself, but that'd stop us from having good plays on the following turns. So let's get Lapis Dragon. Lapis Dragon gonna summon itself. Now, we have two options here. We could go into Hulk of Fibrax, and Hulk of Fibrax would be able to search. We could combo, get Baron de Fleur. I'm wondering what this card is. Alright, well, it could be a crossout designate. Crossout designate can't hit Hulk of Fibrax. So that should be okay. Let's just Hulk. See what the opponent's got. Opponent's been saving whatever this is. Alright, we got rid of the Ash from hand, so let's special summon Despot. Opponent is done. They know what's coming. They can't stop it. Let's take a look at their deck list, see what they could have set there. So I'm very curious. Alright, so whatever opponent had set, it was activatable. Now, it could have been a Droplet. It could have been a Call by the Grave. It could have been Crossout Designate. Blackout, it could not have been because it was activatable. So really the only cards it could have been, since we know that the only thing that they could have done, it was definitely activatable. It could have been Called by the Grave. It could have been a Droplet, and it could have been a Crossout. My guess is it's a Crossout, because Crossout would have been activatable, but they wouldn't have been able to do anything with it. So that's my guess for what they had set. Yeah, so tough game for opponent. They got. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Do one more game here. We're going first. Not bad, not bad. No response from game server. Oh, we're in anyway. Or are we? Now I know there was a bug that probably, I don't know if it's been fixed, where people can disconnect if they lose the coin flip. And it doesn't register as a loss. So that way they always go first. And I've seen that bug before. I don't know if they managed to fix it. Definitely possible still in the game. In that case, the game's going to time out here. And then, yeah. Alright, so our opponent may have been cheating. But we don't really have a way to know. Well, let's try again. Well, looks like we're going second. Don't mind going second. Gives us a chance to use our Max C. We do have to draw it. We got Imperm though. Not terrible. Double Dragoons with Megalo is going to be interesting. A lot of search power. Opponents just activate Fusion Destiny, so that's their turn. Because once you do Fusion Destiny, you can only summon hero monsters. So unless they're playing heroes, they're not going to be doing anything other than this DPE here. DPE set. Set. Ugh. This is probably Sky Strikers. If I know one thing about Sky Strikers, it's that they have a lot of set cards, and they play DPE. Alright, let's activate the Imperm. We're going to disable this DPE. If he wants to keep it, he's going to have to activate it now. Yep. So he's going to clear that off the field. It's gonna come back next turn, but that's okay. Now let's activate the Megalo first, maybe. Megalo's gonna give us a bunch of searches, and we'll still have the Prince as a follow-up. Bit scared about his set cards though. We could discard the Prince. I don't think that's ideal though. Alright. See if these resolve, or if these are opponents hiding Called by the Grave. See if it is Sky Strikers. That's my guess, but you can never be sure until you see something that's an actual tip-off. All right, they're not doing anything yet, so we could take a look at their hand if we wanted. We're getting 2 searches here, so why don't we get? Yeah, we could take a look at their hand. Why don't we get the Minstrel? And then we'll get just something else generic and see if we can take a look at their hand. Heavy, we could get heavy. We're not going to pop anything, but that's okay. Now we're going to summon and yeah, let's activate this Minstrel now. It might be smarter to use the Prince first. They don't have anything to pop, and they might end up with something to pop, but just gonna go for it. Take a look at their hand. They have the Ash, and they're playing Tri-Brigade, so these could be Revolts or Called by the Graves. Let's get rid of this Ash. Interesting he didn't use it. This pop will be a bit wasted, but that's okay. Summon the Prince here, see if he has a response. No response. Get our last search with the Dragoons. Oh, now he's gonna imperm. Alright. Well, unfortunately, he probably impermed at the... Well, I guess he didn't have an opportunity to imperm anything. So this is probably Revolt. Data imperm is not really that good because we're gonna get a search still. Yep, and we're gonna search for Lapis Dragon. Lapis Dragon gonna summon itself. Opponent still has something. We're gonna make them discard that last card out of the hand though. So they won't have much to work with. Haha, that got him. And we were gonna be able to attack for lethal because our Megalo was gonna sacrifice the Prince there. We were gonna get the special summon effect from the Prince, and then we could have gone into the combo that lets us make Hulk Fibrax, or we could have made our own DPE, but either way we had lethal damage, so if opponent couldn't do anything to interact with us, we were going to get him. Alright, nice game. Let's check out opponent's deck list. Alright, opponent is playing Tri-Brigade. They got pretty typical Tri-Brigade. Ooh, they got Zodiacs too. Zodiac Tri-Brigade. Interesting they're only playing 2 Zodiacs though. Usually Zodiac Tri-Brigade plays more Zodiacs than this. And I am not familiar with Cataroost. That's not a Zodiac that I know about. This one gives it the effect during either player's turn when an opponent's monster activates affected targets, you can detach a material to negate. Seems pretty good. Zodiacs are a very cheap archetype to build since pretty much you only need one UR that's Trident. So could be fun to play some version of Zodiacs at some point. Alright, well that's the gameplay for today. Hope you liked the video. If you got suggestions for how to change the deck or comments on gameplay, let me know in the comments down below. Alright, see you next time.